places, Jill Scott having come on for her at the weekend. Horton, Stokes, Walsh, Weir and Stanway started the 2019 Cup final triumph against West Ham. Rose Lavelle, as we've seen, bronze ball winner, and the victorious US World Cup 2019 side is on the bench for the first time. For Arsenal, one significant change. Beth Mead, a cup runner-up in 2018, does come in for the quarter-final hat-trick. Heroine Lisa Evans on the bench for the first time since aggravating her back injury against PSG in the Champions League quarter-final. Was in the City side that won the cup competition in 2019. Jill Roord, 2 hat-tricks so far, and Steph Catley sidelined through injury. Well, we've already heard about Kelly Smith and the role she's played in the women's game, an absolute legend. And when Arsenal beat Everton in 2014 at Stadium MK Dons, you scored that day. I did. I remember it very well, Jonathan. Free kick, just up over the wall, and beat Rachel Brown-Finnis, who was in goal. So great memories of this competition. I absolutely love playing in it, and especially the semi-finals. To put yourself into the final and get that opportunity to play at Wembley is a player's dream. Scored in 4 FA Cup finals, Kelly. It's lovely to be with her tonight. Arsenal look to me as if they're going to kick us off and underway against a team at Manchester City brimful with attacking talent. Chloe Kelly, Georgia Stanway, Ellen White, Caroline Weir, Sam Mewis. And it's going to be Arsenal to get us off and underway with the red shirts and the white yoke and the red shorts. And they'll be kicking from right to left. We believe the players are going to take the knee on the referee's whistle. Helen Conley, the referee, blows, and Medema was off and running. Kim Little sees the funny side of it. A little bit of misunderstanding, and we'll go again. We did know they were going to take the knee, by the way. I don't think Jordan remembered that one, Jonathan. Quite good at script, did it? But here we go again then. And the second semi-final kicks off and underway. And the final, November the 1st. Everton await at Wembley. Here's Van der Donk. If she's on song, then Arsenal will really purr into a fine rhythm. And they immediately look for McCabe down the left-hand side. One thing we were talking about beforehand, Kelly, is the lack of attacking talent on the Arsenal bench. I guess that if they've got a problem later on in the game, Katie McCabe could fly forward in a more attacking role. Yeah, you look at the substitutes that we have in front of us, and they're all defensive-minded players, defensive midfielders. Like you said, Kim Little could be that go-to player that they move a little bit higher, or even Katie McCabe coming up from the left. But it certainly doesn't look good for the bench if there is a problem, if Arsenal need a win late in the game. Poked on there by Ellen White, former Arsenal player, former cup winner with Arsenal, scored in the final against Bristol Academy back in 2013. There's Gemma Bonnet. You could be looking, you know, at an England back 6, and by that I mean Roebuck in goal, Bronze, Bonnet, Horton, Stokes, and Kira Walsh sitting in front, and indeed Kelly, White and Stanway. You could be looking at an England front 3 there for Manchester City. Here's Lucy Bronze. She could be absolutely key as she powers forward now for Manchester City. Only a second game back at the club from Lyon, of course, and she links up with Sam Mewis. Movement in the middle, and White trying to get across a marker in that middle. It's played into Mewis. Oh, lovely check back to the right foot, dragged the shot wide. But we were hearing early on from Izzy Christensen, she's a great technician. Definitely, Sam Mewis, you saw that from the World Cup. Very good with the ball at her feet, drives through the midfield with ease, with pace. And she's just so comfortable on the ball. You see here, first touch, pulls the ball onto her right foot. She's known for a long-range shooting too, so watch out for that, certainly in this game. Goodness me, the FA Cup finals you played in changed over the years. That first one was Leeds, I think, wasn't it, in 2006 or 5? And when you scored in that one as well, a penalty, that was at the New Den. The last one you played in was at Wembley Stadium. Yes, it was. We beat Chelsea. We were underdogs that game. Walking out of Wembley for the Arsenal was just a dream come true. It is for all these young players aspiring to get to cup finals and win these trophies. And if you are a young footballer in the women's game, and you're a bit too young to remember Kelly in her pomp, then get a video, because I'm going to embarrass her sitting alongside me tonight. You talk about the modern players and the Ellen Whites and players like that. They owe a great debt of gratitude to the England international, still record goal scorer, sitting alongside me tonight. perhaps the best player England has ever produced on the global stage. There you are, you're embarrassed now, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I've gone quiet now. I've had people saying things about me.
But
no, I appreciate that, thank you.
And it's cleared down the left-hand side, Katie McCabe. But he won't get many compliments from me, so that's the first and last, probably. And here we are in the Academy Stadium. We're in the stand itself, actually, the substitute, Manchester City substitute, just to our right-hand side. The Arsenal subs are about 35 yards away. And it's going to be a throw by McCabe, the Irish international, played recently against Germany. Gets it back again. And centre-back pairing, Williamson and Schneiderbeck. Williamson's to the right. Here is Schneiderbeck. Well, no, she's bypassed by the goalkeeper, Manuela Zinsberger, who hasn't conceded a goal in the FA Cup run thus far. It's brought down by Caitlin Ford. And Arsenal moving the ball with pace and accuracy. And here's Van der Donk. And Williamson. And chip ball forward looking for Jordan Nobbs. And in goes Van der Donk with the challenge. Such a very good passer of the ball, such a very intelligent player as well, Van der Donk, but she's a spiky character as well. She likes a challenge. She'll mix it in there, won't she?
I had the fortune to play with Daniela Van der Donk during my Arsenal career, and she was one of my favourite players to play with, just because, like you talked about, the tenacity, the bite that she has. She's not afraid to put a tackle in, and when you know that you've got someone on your team that fights for you and gives everything and puts their body on the line, it means something special, and she's certainly a special player.
Miedema's giving it away to Mewis, and maybe have another go at goal. Ellen White was ahead of her. Not too sure whether she was trying to play it through, chip it through to Ellen White. I tend to think she was, and it just drifted on and away and out of play from Sam Mewis. There's the Arsenal manager from Australia, Joe Montemurro, a lifelong Arsenal fan actually, from the age of 7, he says. He supported the Gunners and took over reins at the women's football team in November of 2017. He's delivered a league and the Continental Cup already, beaten in the FA Cup final at Wembley. Chance now for Manchester City with Chloe Kelly sidelining. And it comes back then to bronze. Mewis trying to combine with Caroline Weir. Now, we've talked so much about the superstars in the Manchester City side, the Mewises and the bronze, but haven't really had a chance to talk about Caroline Weir, but I know you're an admirer.
I am, definitely, yeah. Again, I had a chance for a couple of seasons to play with Caroline in training. She didn't get as many games as she would have liked due to the calibre of players that we had at Arsenal at that time, but she sat there, she was quiet, she learnt her trade, and then she got to move away because she wasn't playing regularly. But now she's really come into her own game. I love to see her play. She's got a wand of a left foot. Any free kicks in and around the box, she's very, very dangerous, but she's really settled into this Manchester City midfield. Very calm, collected on the ball, your box-to-box player, very calculated in her passing and just very comfortable when she gets in possession of the ball.
Went to a cup final, sat on the bench with Arsenal in her 2 years there before she went away to Bristol Academy, who at that stage were one of the leading teams in England and reached the cup final a couple of times. Remember the one up at the Keepmoat Stadium in Doncaster, Jordan Nobbs scoring that day. It should be tidied up at the back by Bonner. Still very underrated for me. Ellie Roebuck, quick feet, dragged it away there. Good job she was alert. And Steph Orton, the England captain, that's a lovely ball away to the pace of Chloe Kelly. Across comes Schneiderbeck to guard against, run into the box. She's floated that goalwards. And it just drops onto the roof of the net. Shot or cross?
It's hard to tell. It looked like it was a shot, cross dip. She takes great pride in her attacking play. I think it was actually a little cross. No.
Far away, was it? She was an Everton player, signed in the summer, scored 9 goals for them last season, but carried the ball, dribbled the ball more than any player in the WSL. As Arsenal play up towards Caitlin Ford, another Australian in the side. Walsh for Manchester City, always so very steady in midfield and seems to have been around forever and a day. Kira Walsh, mainstay of the England setup, of course. She's still only 23. Got a great long-range goal in the 2019 Cup final, you might remember, against West Ham United. She's part of the Manchester City team that beats Arsenal in the Continental Cup final last year. It was a shootout, she didn't take one. Here's Bonner, who rarely misses a game. That's a really hard challenge that's left McCabe down. Referee Helen Conley's come across to have a little look and make sure the Arsenal player's okay. Challenge by Kelly was firm. Referee didn't have a word with her, just flicked at her foot and caught the Arsenal player. Chloe Kelly, another with Arsenal connection. She was there at the start of her career, won the Continental Cup with them as a substitute and the Youth Cup with them as well.
And she's certainly going to want to prove a point tonight, Jonathan, having been released by the club to go out on loan and then got a big move to Manchester City. She's going to want to have a good game and prove that she should have been playing when she was in the club setup.
Everything I hoped for and more, she said of her move to Manchester City. And not only will be chasing the WSL and the FA Cup, last season's FA Cup of course it is now, this season's FA Cup is there to be won, the Continental Cup and the big one. This is where the WSL teams really need to kick on to win the Champions League and challenge at least the domination of that competition by Lyon. That's a lovely ball out wide by Bonner. And here's Georgia Stanway cutting inside, and well, we know she can shoot from distance. Wide it went. Another one who scored in the cup against Leicester in the week, in the quarter-final. A lovely ball, that. Now, do you prefer to see her out wide, or do you prefer her through the middle? She played through the middle in the Community Shield, Georgia Stanway. Where do you prefer to see her?
I prefer as a number 10, where she can turn and face and drive and commit. I know, obviously, with Ellen White, preferred position is at 9. She's probably not going to get that slot, but she is very dangerous cutting in onto her right foot, like we just saw there. She's very good at a long-range shooting and very creative on the ball when she gets into those attacking positions. Lewis with the long carry. And pushes it out to Chloe Kelly, and Manchester City now are beginning to find their rhythm and creating danger. Cut inside, it's deflected just narrowly wide. Came off the foot of Katie McCabe and away for a corner kick. Pace and danger from the wide positions after another typical Sam Mewis carry. Yeah, you can see how powerful she is, Sam Mewis, driving through, committing players, committing Daniela van der Donk and playing it off to Chloe Kelly. And certainly Sam Mewis looks as though she's been playing for Manchester City for years. She's settled in very well into this game and starting to dictate the tempo in the middle of the park. Kelly in the middle for Manchester City. Mewis has made her run towards the near post. Not a great corner, and Kim Little got it away. Manchester City have it. Another one we haven't really talked a great deal about, Kim Little, but well, what a player she is. What a player she has been. Won 3 cups for Arsenal in her first spell, scoring in 3 finals. Yeah, she's a world-class player in Kim Little. The way she controls the tempo for Arsenal. She's the first name down on the team sheet. A captain. She's not a very vocal player in terms of bossing and dictating the play verbally, but she just leads by example and takes ownership of the middle of the park and just settles everybody down with her calmness. Blondes played it forward, cut out by van der Donk. It's a bit of a physical mismatch between her and Sam Mewis, but she is such a determined player, van der Donk. She won't let the height advantage bother her at all. And a great clearance away here, and here has it from Manchester City. And Stanway, and a good overlapping run by Demi Stokes. And the chip into the middle, and he's headed away, and a vital clearance it was by Schneiderbeck, the Austrian international. And Manchester City a really good spell here now. The cross is blocked and cleared away by McCabe, who has her hands full with Chloe Kelly. Arsenal can't seem to get out of their own half at the minute. They're struggling to even hold on to the ball. Vivian Medina hasn't really been in the game the first 12 minutes, and it keeps getting chucked down Arsenal's throat again, mainly because they can't hold the ball up top. They are having problems on both flanks, Arsenal. Moritz on the far side with Stanway, but it's cleared up now to Horton.
Manchester City have it back again. And they're very much in control of this now. They've had, what, 4 efforts on goal, all of them wide. Not too sure they were all deliberate efforts on goal, but Arsenal can't get out of their half. Here's Horton. Big diagonal, so typical of Steph Horton. Terrific player and a wonderful ambassador for the game. There's Gareth Taylor, the Manchester City manager, who played at Wembley for the club in the playoff game against Gillingham many a moon ago. It was an action-packed game. He was at the Dubai Academy for Manchester City back in 2011. Has come through the coaching ranks, took over in charge this summer. Such a massive setup, Manchester City FC, with interests around the world, in America and South America and so on, and out in the Middle East. Touched back there by Merritts, and will be cleared away now. Williamson back to the goalkeeper. Austrian international Zinsberger. Dummy there, but it wouldn't carry through to Knobson. Pressure back on Arsenal again. They cannot get it away. Lewis looks again for Chloe Kelly. It seems it's a matter of time. Lucy Bronze, Manchester City playing some of their best football of the season so far.
The ball's just not sticking up top for Arsenal. They just can't get out of their own half. It's been a problem for the first 15 minutes or so of this game. I think Sam Mewis is really stamping her authority in the midfield, really dictating it, playing the ball out wide lots of the time to Chloe Kelly. Lucy Bronze is supporting from behind. Arsenal need to do a better at keeping the ball up top, to allow the players to come in behind them, and then they can all move up the field as a unit.
Well, we'll be interested to see how Manchester City are beginning to build a mini England in the first team here. Probably the wrong time for him. His time coming to an end. The players together with a group session the other day, group training session. And internationals coming up in the autumn. Big game in Germany. And game against Canada. Free kick. And here's Demi Stokes, who's pressurised now by the player who pressurises her at England level in Alex Greenwood. She's on the bench tonight. Been an interesting development over the season. They do have a lot of football to play. And here's Stanway. It's a lovely piece of skill into the near post area. Looking for White, couldn't get across the marker though. And the centre back did well there, Schneiderbeck. Lovely piece of skill.
She's so smooth when she gets on the ball, Georgia Stanway. Glides past players. Brilliant play. Just that final ball in wasn't good enough.
Awareness there though by Schneiderbeck. She's gone under the radar a little bit for Arsenal. Centre back who first went to the club in 2018 from Bayern Munich. Given away by Williamson. Stanley has it again for Manchester City, who've been on top in these opening 16 minutes. Neither goalkeepers had a save to make. Points the way there for the pass to Ellie Roebuck. Roebuck sat on the bench in the 2019 Cup final and indeed Continental Cup final successes. Match number 1 here this season, 3 goalkeepers at Manchester City of note. She's at the moment getting the pick ahead of Karen Bardsley, who's taking up duties as a development officer for the women's and the girls game in the Manchester area, as well as her football. And Taib, who played against Leicester the other day, it's not a good clearance though by Roebuck. Miedemar not in the game, and it showed there. And here's Stanway. Good challenge on her by Van der Donk. And Weir picks it up with a direct run, and she drew the challenge and drew the foul. Now Williamson's protesting, but if you get squared up against a runner, you are in trouble. Yeah,
it was great play by Caroline Weir. She saw the space in front of her and drove into it, committed the foul. And this is what I was talking about earlier. You don't want to give free kicks away this close to goal when you've got Caroline Weir on your team with the wand of a left foot, I've seen her shoot and score many of these goals in training and in FAWSL league games. Also, you've got Steph Horton on the ball, that's a free kick specialist. So Arsenal need to be careful in and around the area not to concede these kind of free kicks where these two players are fantastic on the ball.
In defence there of Leah Williamson, she had to do something, because had she allowed Caroline Weir to go either side, she'd have been in the box, and it would have been 1-0, I would think. Here's Steph Horton, who's to the left of the ball, free kick expert for Cleven Country. Weir is to the right of the ball with the orange boots, the Scottish international. Horton settles on it. Brilliant free kick, 1-0 Manchester City. Superb free kick that. You could sense it was coming. She was so focused. The referee increased the drama by waiting a little bit, paused. The stadium went absolutely deathly quiet. Bang, goal, 1-0.
Now captain Steph Horton.
Just the composure, sees the gap, up and over. Just a brilliant technique that she has. We've seen this year after year. You know, the technique to get it up, the whip, the bend, and Zinsberger had no chance.
Delicious free kick. Not the first goal she scored against Arsenal, netted against them in a 5-2 win here in WSL. A delight for Gareth Taylor, 1-0 to Manchester City, and the captain gets the goal.
Totally deserving for these opening 20 minutes. They've been so on top, they've started so well, they've dictated the tempo of the game, and they've rightfully so got themselves on the score sheet so early and really in control of this opening first 20.
Carries herself with such dignity through the illness of her husband Stephen Darby, and you can go online and look for Stephen's Foundation, and please support that. And it's Helen White now for Manchester City, who are well in command and thoroughly deserved the goal, as Kelly was saying.
Just talking about the foundation, Karen Carney is actually running a marathon this Sunday in support for the foundation, so everybody can go on and donate on Karen's Facebook page to the Derby Rimmer Foundation.
And we wish Karen well as well.
She's been training really hard.
Training hard, but bit of a cough and a bit of a splutter, so did the right thing, and as we all have to do. And so she's at home getting ready for the run. Should be all right for that. There's Jordan Nobbs. Always thought Karen could run all day for England, you know.
She's got a great engine, she always has. She's worked so hard on her fitness over the years. Her and Jill Scott, probably two of the fittest. Jordan Nobbs too, three of the fittest in the England squad when I was playing.
And Jill, so very fit on the bench for Manchester City today. She's another one who's taking up coaching duties. She's a contract extension, and that takes on board coaching duties here at Manchester City. Schneiderbeck looking for the run here of Caitlin Ford. Run away from the Australian international, who was the young player of the tournament at World Cup 2011, but I think she played in a different role. I seem to remember she played as a fullback in those World Cup finals, and then she was a right side forward in 2015, scored against Brazil in 2019. 3 World Cups, and she's only in her mid-20s.
Versatility in this game is so important. It gives you so many different opportunities to play. You know, if you're just stuck in one position, I always say to young players, learn different positions, because it gives you more opportunities to play in front of other players.
Now it's won back by Arsenal. And here's McCabe. McCabe again. Handed away by Bronze. Certainly winning her battle with Caitlin Ford. And she's gone forward again here. It's so difficult to shrug off the ball, Lucy Bronze. She's one of the fittest in the global game. And here's Demi Stokes. It's a decent ball forward, and they're beginning now to create danger all around the pitch. Weir. Arsenal chasing shadows on a clear, crisp early autumnal evening in Manchester at the Academy Stadium. And a donk now for Arsenal. Trying to find her international teammate Miedemar, who simply has not been at the races at the moment. They haven't been able to bring into the game a player who has 274 goals for club and country in 318 games. They must get her into the game, Kelly.
Yeah, she's non-existent right now. They just cannot find her feet. She's found herself out more on the right-hand side. I think she needs to play a little bit more central in order for the ball to find her, stick to her like glue, and then other players can come underneath, and Arsenal needs to get more possession of this ball.
Little. Where it goes to Maritz, born in Newport Beach, California, but moved to Switzerland when she was 10 years of age, and is a very experienced Swiss international with World Cup experience. By Zinsberg, who took a risk. Donna is certainly keeping Miedemar quiet. Now, the ball is for Chloe Kelly. And once again, it was Schneiderbeck who got back and covered. And the Donk around the corner. And Bronze has fouled Caitlin Ford. It's a free kick. Well, Miedemar has a scoring history against Manchester City in the League Cup. She scored against them in January, in the WSL in September of last season, I think it was. Scored in the League Cup final against them.
With a player of Miedema's qualities, even if she's having a quiet game, you have to be on guard. Steph Horton, Gemma Bodden need to be aware of her movements at every moment of this game, because you think she's not interested and bang, she'll pop up with a goal.
Sort of player she is. Here she is now. Plays it back into the heart of midfield, and Kim Little has the ability also, Kim Little, to make great runs from deep positions and get into goal-scoring positions, but she's playing in a deeper role itself tonight alongside Van der Donk. And I think that the Arsenal manager will be a little bit frustrated with that pass, Joe Montemora. He played football himself, lower league level in Italy, Treviso and Potenza. Picked up a runners-up medal at Wembley in the 2018 Cup final against Chelsea. The team has won the FA Cup more often. They've been in more finals 16 times. They've been FA Cup finalists. A little chip there on Beth Mead. That's a painful one. Right on the joint between the bottom of the shin, top of the foot.
They're always painful, those ones. Just below the shin pad. She'll have a nice bruise there in the morning.
She can change the game in the blink of an eye. Well, the team that lost that cup final against Chelsea, they were well beaten. They had a substitute role against Spurs in the quarter-final. They really got going in the second half. Here's Van der Donk. Schneiderbeck to McCabe. Van der Donk again. Up to Little. That's one of those runs from deep positions. And here's Ford. Goes towards the far post. Well dealt with by Bonner. Reached long by Lucy Bronze. And Mewis. Chloe Kelly. Interesting of his time he comes across from the central defensive position. Schneiderbeck was actually out of position. Just giving it away. Tries to win it back. Couldn't do so. Here's Mead. Moves away from her England teammate, Kira Walsh. And the run up from the back by the right back, Noah Moritz. Can she get the crossing? Steps back onto her left foot. She went across with that. Here's Mead. It's a good ball in. That's the best pass they've played all night.
Yeah, they found their rhythm a little bit now, Arsenal. At times, Danielle Van der Donk is playing very, very deep. She's got, I think, her main responsibility is to mark Samantha Mewis.
She can get her there in the challenge, and it's played through here into the penalty box to Georgia Stanway. See that good defending. Here's Chloe Kelly. One of the players nominated for the fans Player of the Year. Last season, Mewis into the box. Beth England won that award in the end. Chelsea player. By Schneiderbeck, and Arsenal very unhappy with the way she just dumped a clearance out with little thought. There's Weir. I think would be a major candidate for Team GB to go to Tokyo when the Olympics finally take place. There's an assumption that it'll be mainly England players, but certainly I think one or two will come in from the other home nations. A little must be there, you'd have thought. Lucy Bronze took a chance. Beth Mead, strong challenge on her. It's a risky challenge. When it came to meet the ball, Mead is hurt again. And I think it's going to be a yellow card here. And she had to stretch for it. Was it a controlled challenge? Was there any excess force in it? Did she get late? Did she get there late? Was she high? Let's have a look here. The studs were shown.
It's a difficult one. Looks like she got the ball and then followed through and got Beth Mead in the same position that she just got injured on.
Studs were certainly
But
shown
Man
as she was
City are playing a
sliding in.
very high line right now. So a nice little dink over the top would surely suffice here.
Now Mead stands to the left of the ball. Okay, it's Mead and it's come to nothing. How disappointing is that?
That's poor. We would expect better from Beth Mead on that certain delivery.
Horton to Bronze. And up towards Kelly. Van der Donk shrugs off Kelly. And Little. They are beginning to get into their stride, the Arsenal players. That was the last meeting here between the clubs in February 2-1. Bremer, who's departed, and Hemp scoring for Manchester City, and Van der Donk scoring for Arsenal. And Arsenal actually didn't have a bad record against Manchester City before that, home and away. Been as successful here over recent years. But that victory in February ended a run of 3 Arsenal wins on the spin. Walsh ahead of Ford. Ford and Mead have now switched flanks. And Weir for Manchester City looks for Ellen White. Just pulling off the shoulder of Schneiderbeck to get the chance on goal.
That's brilliant vision there by Caroline Weir. She looked up as soon as she got the ball. You see the look there, Ellen White pointing. She knows where she wants to put it. She puts it on a plate for her, but Ellen White couldn't just get enough on the header. And that's the quality that Caroline Weir possesses. That quality of ball, precision, just knows where she wants to put it. As soon as she gets that ball up and over, she knows where she wants to put it.
They're under pressure with the arrival of Rose Lebel, of course. This is Jill Scott on the bench, so I'll ask you this question, Kelly. The arrival of the global superstars, good for homegrown talent or not so good for homegrown talent?
It's a difficult one, Jonathan. Obviously, we want to develop our younger players and keep them in the system here and get them as much experience, but you want to see the top players in the world come to England. And certainly we're seeing that now. I think all the top players want to come over and play in the FA-WSL. You've seen the calibre of players that are here already and the signings that have been made. But I think there needs to be a balance between the younger players and the top world-class players that are coming in.
Certainly the days have changed though, haven't they? Kelly had to go to the USA, as did a lot of players in those days, to earn a decent living and get some high-profile football.
And that's the thing now, I tell young players, you don't have to leave England to go to the US, because for me, this is the best league, or going to be the best league in the world, if not this year, the next few years, because of the level of play, the top coaches that we have, the resources now, the money that's been put into the game. All the top players want to play in England.
That's a lovely move, Manchester City. Mewis into the box, we're headed it square, and Ellen White couldn't quite stretch. It was a really lovely move, Manchester City, that though.
Yeah, great ball through, up, back. Fantastic delivery there, and Ellen White just took her eye off the ball a little bit. You'd expect a little bit better from Ellen White in those kind of positions that we've seen her. You score so many fantastic goals over the years.
Good tie now, though. Arsenal come right back into it. Training to that early Steph Horton free kick. Here's Walsh pulling the strings again in that central midfield role. Good battle up between Walsh and Nobbs. And here's Bronze. And at some stage in the game will come surging forward and cut inside. And she did at Lyon, was successful. She didn't score a goal last year for Lyon. It was time for, I think, a decade that she'd failed to find the back of the net in a single season. Bonner. Stanley. Played out by Horton. Now Bronze. Little push. Meads had a couple of knocks and stumble there as well, won't help. Should be okay. Although she's wearing that strapping on her left thigh. That protect the thigh, Kelly, or the knee?
Yeah, I think it's, I don't know, it could be a muscular problem. That's kinesio tape there. I don't actually know what it does. Maybe relaxes the muscle or something, but yeah, she doesn't seem fully fit, and at the races to me, Beth Mead, in these opening minutes.
It's an open run by Jordan Nobbs. Into the penalty area. Out by Bronze. There's Chloe Kelly. Walsh. Sometimes players do need a little bit of strapping to ease the mental anguish, to give them confidence. And there's not a great deal wrong, actually. I'm not saying that's the case with Beth Mead, but I know a player that used to play at decent second division status, as it was then, a very good player as well, and he used to ask the physio for certain tablets beforehand, painkillers, and the physio would give him these painkillers, and he said they were fantastic, did a good job, and they were actually Smarties, the colour washed off.
Brilliant.
Tablets at all, just sweets. It did the trick, though.
Ooh, good mental side of the game, that.
Yeah, long time ago. Well, here's Ellie Roebuck. Serve it to the way to Lucy Bronze. Mewis had a strong first half. Underdog digging in, did really well. Oh, now. Is that a foul?
Yeah, I think it was. Clever foul. She knew she got the roll on her. Daniela Dodonc just puts her body on the line. Yeah, clear foul.
Took a knock as well, but sign of a good player that. Don't let them know you're hurt. Got up straight away. Brilliant for the Netherlands when they won the European Championship in 2017. Absolutely outstanding in that tournament. Scored against England. Another semi-final for England, wasn't it? Here's Mead. This is a tricky run by her. Will it come out to Van der Donk? But he's seen away and cleared out by Chloe Kelly to Lucy Bronze. And Mewis can turn into space, took it off the back foot. Good skill there. And here's Weir. Mewis is already available for a turn ball back. Stokes is away high on that left-hand side. Manchester City good in transition. Nancy Christensen was talking about that beforehand. She thought the game would be one on transition. We'll hear from her and Alex Scott and Gabby in a few moments' time. Here's Jordan Nobbs. And a run now from Maritz. Williamson, never the England coach, watching on, big admirer of hers. Steph Horton, his captain got it away. Forward first to it. After the game against Manchester City for her. Against Lewis in the FA Cup earlier on. Championship side.
Arsenal just need to move the ball a little bit quicker. It's too slow. You know, Man City get a number of players behind the ball, and it's making it a lot easier for Manchester City to defend. They're too slow on the ball, it's too sloppy. They need to move it quicker from left to right, open up the spaces.
A bit of space here for Jordan Nobbs. Oh, brilliant!
What do I know?
What an equaliser, and that is exactly what she can do. Has done it throughout her career for club and country. Scored a spectacular goal in the quarter-final and gets an absolute world-class one here, 1-1.
What do I know, Jonathan? I'm just saying for them to move the ball quicker. And this is what Jordan Nobbs gives you, that quality. She did the same thing recently in an FA-WSL game. Looked up, dinked the ball over the keeper. I think it was Becky Spencer against Tottenham. Just has the audacity and the rudeness, really, and the composure to do that. There she has the look, and they're up and over, and Roback has no chance. Totally against the run of the play. As I said, they were so sloppy in possession, needed to move the ball quicker, but you just need that little bit of quality on the ball, and Jordan Nobbs gives you that.
Way back in 2009 in the UEFA Under-19 final against Sweden for Mo Marley's England, she scored from 30 yards. It was a belter. She scored a long-range winner in the Cyprus Cup against Italy. That was a debut, I think, and that's an absolute fantastic goal for her club. Well, what a goal that was. He was coached, as we've said many times, by her dad, Keith, when she was a young girl. Keith was a formidable centre-back, and I watched him many times, and I don't think Keith ever scored a goal like that. He might get in touch, and someone might prove me wrong, but what a goal. Nah, it's played out to Lucy Bronze. That wasn't in the script, was it?
No, definitely not.
It's Kelly. Okay, look at the work Van der Donk's doing to close and press. And Mewis has turned away from her again. Looks good, Sam Mewis. Then comes across all the way to the near post. White is in there. Kicks it back to Mewis, and Manchester City are back in the lead. And Sam Mewis gets first goal for the club. She almost started the move and she finished it.
The City scored by number 22, Sam Mewis.
Well, they'll be cheering that goal all the way from the Academy Stadium back to Weymouth in Massachusetts, where she's from. And Arsenal will level for less than 2 minutes.
And they always say, you know, the first time that you score, you're always cautious 10 minutes after that goal. You switch off, players tend to switch off, and I think Arsenal have done that here. You know, the ball's put across, no one's picking up Sam Mewis. It's a rebound back off the ball. It's initially a great ball in from Chloe Kelly. Leah Williamson does well. Ellen White gets herself across the body, just manages to knock it back. And no one's picking up Sam Mewis coming in on the late run. Arsenal will be really mad about that, because for those 10 minutes you have to concentrate, you have to kill the tempo again.
Didn't Ellen White do well there?
She did. She got a body across the body of Leah Williamson, as she always does in games. As you're the first player, you must get your body across to the first post.
She recovered her feet quickly. She flicked it back, and Sam Mewis arrived, and it's 2-1 Manchester City.
It's a great time to score too, Jonathan. A few minutes before the half, you go in, a goal up again, you can relax.
Well, they've been getting her into the game. She played just over 20 minutes in the Community Shield, then she started against Brighton, played 3/4 of the game against Villa, rather. She started 3/4 of the game against Brighton, and she came on for the last 20 minutes the other night against Leicester. Okay. Again, Lucy Bronze gets in front of Kathleen Ford. She's certainly winning that battle. And an addition for Manchester City to bring back to the club the UEFA Player of the Year of 18-19, second in the Ballon d'Or. They haven't got going this season, Manchester City. This has been their best display. They're glittering array of stars. They can only get better and better.
They've been so good in possession, Jonathan. Just really calm, composed, playing through the thirds, breaking lines, just very comfortable on the ball and just playing it from left to right. And Arsenal have just been chasing shadows.
They did work themselves back into the game, though, didn't they, Arsenal, before the Jordan Nobbs equaliser? They'll have to do it all again, and all this time they're expending a huge amount of energy chasing those shadows. Schneiderbeck. There's McCabe down the line. McCabe, little touch on. This is what they've got to do, isn't it, Kelly? Get McCabe further up. So they've got 2-on-1 with Lucy Bronze on this side, McCabe and Caitlin Ford.
Definitely, yeah, they're just struggling to keep the ball. You haven't mentioned Caitlin Ford or hardly Beth Mead getting into these positions because Manchester City have had the ball and been so good in possession and not allowed Arsenal to get the ball out to the wingers.
Miedemar. McCabe is there. And it swings too high for Beth Mead. Captured by Maddox. And back to Maddox again. 2 cups with Zurich earlier in her career, won 4 cups with Wolfsburg earlier on in her career. Stubbed away by Bonner. And that's a foul. And there's going to be a caution. The referee will recall Katie McCabe to produce a yellow card.
That's a good tactical foul that Katie McCabe had to commit. She had to foul because Sam Mewis beat her to the ball and was on her way down the right-hand side.
She can talk all she likes, but she's going to get a yellow card from Kilnamanagh in Ireland. And 3 cups with Shelbourne Ladies while she was there, won the double with them, scored 23 goals. And we're into stoppage time at the end of the first half. 2 minutes of stoppage time being played. Headed away by McCabe again. Good first half, this. Some fine football early on by Manchester City before they took the lead with the Horton free kick. Smashing won that one, and they were well in command, and then Jordan Nobbs with a worldie. And then the lead restored through Sam Mewis. It's a goal kick here for Arsenal. Manchester City beginning to challenge the dominance of the FA Cup by Arsenal. In 2 finals, won them both. Arsenal won 14, lost 2. The next most successful side in the FA Cup to Arsenal, Southampton.
No way.
Yeah, they won 8 of the first 11 FA Cups. Different days in those days, mind you. Croydon won a couple. Lionesses won a couple. They were a strong team then.
Millwall were very good back in the day when I was first starting out. Croydon, big powerhouse in women's football.
Schneiderbeck. Medema, who's been well marshalled by Bonner in particular. And often has been the spare defender back there. Here's Bronze. Back to the England captain. Whether Gemma Bonner will come into Phil Neville's reckoning and the new manager as well, because she's a deserving player. Williamson hits long and diagonally forward. The touch was misplaced to McCabe, and the half-time whistle goes at the Academy Stadium, and a very good first half here. Entertaining, Kelly.
Definitely, yeah. I think Manchester City settled extremely well the first 15-20 minutes, managed to get the goal that settled them even more. Arsenal, for me, have not had their passing game. They can't get the key players on the ball. Medema, Jordan Nobbs at times missing them out, but Man City looked just so much more comfortable, Jonathan, on the ball, in calm, in possession, moving it from side to side. They really dictated the tempo of this game.
And they lead at half-time, Gabby, by 2 goals to 1.
Thank you very much, Jonathan. What a cracking half of football I think we've just seen there. Manchester City playing the best football certainly we've seen them play this season, and Arsenal struggling to find a way through there. The intensity, the control that Manchester City had, especially in that opening 20 minutes or so, really seemed to stump Arsenal.
Absolutely. I think we said at the start of the game it's going to be won and lost in midfield, and it's not necessarily been won yet, but Manchester City are definitely dominating the midfield. I think there seems to be really good rapport between the three of them, and they're certainly dominating.
Absolutely superb. Every single player from Manchester City. It's a real team performance by them. And to me, Gabby and Izzy, they're not actually doing anything different that we've never seen from the team. We know they're going to play it around the back. They're going to wait to switch the play, and they've been patient. But just in possession, they're just working the ball like Manchester City do. And you asked me about them clicking well. They're finally clicking out there today.